Well, let's see. Oh, by the way, no, we'll do that. Let's talk about it a little bit more on the, just looking at the paper, because I think it's important for folks to know that this is not all hidden. Here's one. Again, Financial Times. When you read this with your eyes open, you start to see something here. Okay, here's the article. Move to synthetic junk bonds. Okay? Junk bonds weren't good enough. Junk bonds weren't sexy enough. Junk bonds didn't screw up the economy bad enough. You know, the 1980s, that entire crisis was junk bonds. So no, let's create synthetic junk bonds. So this is the way they describe it. Demand is growing for synthetic financial instruments that enable investors to take positions in the U.S. junk bond market without owning the underlying securities. Of course demand is growing to be able to move shit around and make money even though it doesn't exist. Okay, is this $1 billion in my hand? Oh, I said I'd perform a miracle on the stage tonight. So I'm going to move into my miracle. I hope nobody is offended by this. But here's my miracle. It starts off with this dog here. Hello. Ruff, ruff. This dog is a very prolific dog. Created this enormous pile of dog shit. Can you see it? Okay, well. This is the miracle. I'm going to wave my hand over that dog shit that came out of that dog. I'm going to turn that into $20 billion collateralized debt obligation. Thank you. Thank you. I told you it was worth waiting for. It was fantastic. Now I'm going to take a little. Get some feedback. So now it's I've been talking a long time here. So we have some options. First, we have, I guess, 3 options. Number one, I can like interact and talk to y'all and whatever, even though that probably won't go very well. Then there's the film that we had planned, but we made this film. What's the status on that, Stacey Herbert? 3 minutes till it's loaded? Oh, then it can be broadcast here? Oh, that's great. All right, so I'll set the film up, but then I can sit down. Okay, great. So Stacey and I were here a couple of months ago, and we're making a series called Hotspots, Frontline War Reporting on the global financial war. And so we came to Dublin, and we interviewed David McWilliams, and we had some great interviews, and so it's 21 minutes long. But this is the world premiere of this film. You'd be the first to see this, and I hope that you will like it. So that's coming up in a second. And then after that, I have an idea. You tell me what you think of it. Okay, this is a silver Keiser. It's an ounce of silver. It's $40 cash, whatever. But it's trading for $200 on eBay. People are trading these things. As part of, I can do a drawing to give 2 of those away, but it'd be a very informal drawing. If everyone kind of wrote their name on a piece of paper, money or something. Okay, money is a good idea. If you put your name on a $5, and you put it in the hat. Somebody collect this hat while the film is going. Well, I love the way this is working out. And then I'll get that hat. And then if it's an obscene amount of money, I promise to give 5% of it away. And then we'll draw and we'll do a couple of we'll give away a couple of these silver Keisers. Does that sound equitable? Do you like that idea? You like that idea? All right, that's cool. So I have no way to organize this other than to say that if somebody has a hat And if somebody wants to does anyone have a hat, by the way, or a bucket, or a receptacle, or an air sickness bag? Maybe. Nothing, huh? All right, that's good. We'll find it.
I got a hat.
Oh, right. Okay, and I didn't want to forget. Paul.
Yep.
Paul came up to me before the presentation. He told me he's a poet and wanted to do some poetry. And I thought, you know what? Maybe we could try to do like a rap poet, ensemble, a duet, which is very experimental and could be, crazy and not work out at all. So I'd save that maybe for later. Maybe after everything's done, we'll do it, and everyone can, this would be pretty soused by then, and probably it'll seem good. But is that your bag? Is that the bag?
That's the hat. Yeah.
That's the hat. All right. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. So you're passing this hat. If you write your name on a bill. This is like taking candy from a baby. Wow. I figured out something here. Oh boy. No. Okay. So we'll do a drawing for a couple of these things. I want to go to other cities and spread this silver thing. The basic point is that the silver issue is real. If you do the research on it, if we pull the silver out of circulation, we have the power to drive it higher, up to $500 an ounce. So you're making money while you're fucking the bankers. How good is that? I mean, seriously. I know I've used some profanity in this show, and I use it all the time. And the reason you don't hear it on the show is because Stacy edits it out. Now I'm in trouble. But, here is Stacy, right now. Here she is. Ladies and gentlemen, Stacy Herman, again. You need some room? All right, we'll put this mic down.
Fact machine! All the facts.
By the way, I can now confirm Max is going to be on 10 o'clock live tomorrow night in London in a David Mitchell debate, and you're against the former Goldman Sachs partner.
Yeah!
And the producers of the show, Endemol, want you to make them cry like a baby.
I promise.
What about tonight?
Tonight you're on TV3.
I can cry like a baby, but that's for another fee. That costs extra.
So whose computer is this?
All right, whose computer is this? Oh, it's now our computer. Thank you, and good night. This computer is now for sale, if anyone's interested in buying a computer. No. Do we know whose computer it is?
Or who knows how to use a PC?
Okay.
I do.
Okay, step up.
Okay, I only
You're the winner. What's your name, sir?
Tim.
Tim! Big round of applause for Tim. All right. This is the PC stuff. All right, well, they're getting that organized. I'll do a quick few questions, maybe, if that's of any interest to folks. Not any overly arcane economic arguments, because I would be forced to bitch like that.
Simple question.
Okay, sir. My friend. What's your name, sir?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Delaney.
Delaney.
Is like the SLA out of Canada and Midas really the only places you can sort of mostly get silver? I mean, there's very little European dealers of silver. Do you know any? More local to Ireland, like, than the stateside.
Well, actually, I think the best place is goldmoney.com. Okay, goldmoney.com is a service. They buy silver and gold, platinum. They hold it in a vault. It's insured. It's allocated.
I'm talking about physical.
It is physical in that sense. I mean, that they're holding physical gold. It's not an exchange-traded fund. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. The dealers in Europe, to be specific, I haven't found many. I know in Paris, I just found a couple that are dealing silver. But try to maybe post that info or something. But okay, yes, sir, in the front row, sir. What's your name, sir?
O'Shea!
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much silver have you got? Or how much silver do you know your friends or other people have?
Okay, so the question is how much silver. Well, I call them the silver vigilantes. Okay. And the number one silver vigilante is Eric Sprott in Canada. He's got a silver fund, physical silver fund. He's buying it by the ton, and he's having trouble buying silver. Okay, in my case, I try to I try to just accumulate silver. I'm still. Let me put it this way: I'm still buying silver at this price, and I will continue to buy silver for prices to come because I'm a big believer in it. And but other than that, with Stacy here, I really can't give the exact number.
Well, how much like have other people got? Do you know?
The people who I meet, I meet people all the time and they say, I've got 20 ounces, 30 ounces, 50 ounces, 2 ounces, 3 ounces. It doesn't really matter how much.
How much do you need before JP Morgan falls?
I think we're already seeing that, and and every tenth of an ounce matters. So if we can talk later and get into some of the numbers, if that's okay. All right?
Great, Max.
Okay.
Max!
Super. Another satisfied customer. What can I say? He's in the front.
Oh,
He's in the front of the he's charged. All right, who was? Yes, sir.
Early!
So, you're just leaning against the wall. Okay, very good. Very good. We'll go in the back. All right, all the way in the back, sir, with the glasses. Thank you.
Do you ever worry if the bankers might try and take you out?
That's why I have Stacy wherever I go. Stacy is a certified black belt, a ninja warrior. Not really, because yeah, I've never had any suggestion. It's a question that comes up all the time. But what I'm saying is all in the public domain, and eventually, no, I haven't had any problem.
What about Bobby Kennedy?
Bobby Kennedy was a good friend of mine. We used to hang out with Marilyn, and the actual murderer of JFK was the Cuban Mafia. Okay, that's it. That's the reality of that situation. All right, how about a woman? Women? We need women in the room. Women? Any women out there? Suddenly all the hands go down. No women? Right here. Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think the governments believe men? I mean, can they not see? Are they blind? For instance, our government, we're told your bank machines won't produce money, your dentists won't, your nurses won't be paid. They say that they try the same old blackmail stuff on us. We get it every night of the week on RT, or the ATM won't put out money if you don't, if you believe all this, that we owe all this money. Why?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a good question. You're right. It's kind of like a fear campaign. It's kind of like propaganda. And again, when you're accumulating precious metals, you can kind of feel like, I've got some wealth here. If something really bad happens, I've got something that I can, that is wealth, that I'm protected. So this is why these folks don't like precious metals, because it gives you independence. It gives you a way to step away from them, and they want to keep you frightened. They want to keep you in fear. That electronic card, they turn it off in a second. This guy in the U.S., Nothouse is his name, Bernard Nothouse. He minted up some silver, and but he made the mistake of putting a U.S. $1 sign on the silver, and now he's been arrested for terrorism under the American terrorism law, and he faces up to 15 years of jail. So he made the mistake of putting a U.S. dollar on the coin. The silver Keiser is a silver round or medallion. It's not in any official medium of sovereign exchange. It's, people like silver.